Renata Sandor here from MeetAdvisors.com, and I'm joined with Jerry Freeman of PaletteApp. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
So I want to start off with asking you, who are you? What do you do? What is PaletteApp? What do they do?
I'm an architect by training. Practiced for 10 years and then got into manufacturing. Spent 16 years started helping to start a couple carpet mills and then working for a large manufacturer of flooring. When I got the idea to put together PaletteApp, which is a digital platform that allows architects, designers, anybody in the commercial construction industry to find product, put together a visual palette. And I have to explain, a palette is not a wooden crate you put boxes on, which when I went to my first pitch, I said palette and everybody thought I was selling crates. It's a compilation of materials like carpet, fabric, paint, door hardware, door frames, drywall, all that kind of stuff creates a palette. And so we put all this information into a database, and we're now starting to scale the business, and we save time. We create efficiency tools off of that. So a designer or an architect who's looking for a product who uses our site can save about 30 days a year. A rep who uses our rep app, which launches next month, will save about 30 days a year as well. For some of the general contractors where they're doing closeout documents, some of these documents take anywhere from 2 weeks to a month, and we can do them in about 5 or 10 minutes.
Wow.
Because we have aggregated all that data from all those products into one location. So our database right now is about 87,000 products. By the end of July, it'll be about a little over 380,000 products. By the end of the year, we should have about 1 million products. And so virtually anything you use in the built environment will be on the site. And then we, like I said, we create programs that make it easier for people to do the jobs. And
what's your ideal client?
Anybody in the construction industry. Primarily architects, designers, general contractors, subcontractors, but that's pretty much everybody in the construction industry, so that pretty much covers all of it. We don't do residential yet. It is something we're looking at, but it's an area where I don't have a lot of experience, where I have 28 years in the commercial world, but we get requests for residential daily, so we will explore that.
And what drove you to become an entrepreneur?
I got pissed off. I was working for a manufacturer, and I made about $6,000 worth of custom samples for a designer friend of mine, and an intern cleaned the library and threw them out.
Wow.
And I just got sick of seeing so much of our sample material and our books that we make as manufacturers being thrown away. 72% of all samples that designers order end up in the trash. And that's because there's no way for them to see it together visually before they order a sample. Well, that's what PaletteApp is. It gives them that ability to see it together and then fine-tune what they want to order before they order the samples. So we're eliminating that waste.
And what were some of the challenges, hardships since growing?
Let's talk about money. Money was a challenge only in the sense that, and I will tell you, as of yesterday, we raised our round.
Great.
So we're done for now. I know we're not done forever. But it's hard to go out and pitch people who have no clue about your industry.
Yeah.
I've been to pitch events. I was at a pitch event in Kansas City where there was about 280 investors in the office. And the first question I ask is, who's hired a professional architect or designer? And to date, I've had one pitch event in March. I had 2 people raise their hand. That has been the only time I've ever had anybody raise their hand. So I have to engage the investor beyond just the initial pitch. Once I get to talking to them about what we're doing and start to explain kind of what we are, then they really get it. I think when we tell people we're sort of like the Amazon of architectural materials, that kind of helps.
Okay.
But we're more than that because we don't just, we don't sell product on the site. So it's a little bit different. The other thing is finding good advice. I did a pitch event called Funding Feeding Frenzy in June of 2012. We actually won the event. Everybody came up, offered to help raise money. It was just a waste of time. A lot of people will try and waste your time, or they have good intentions, but they really don't have the ability to help you raise a round. The other thing is, and where I have an advantage, but I've been to a lot of pitch events, is being able to actually pitch. I've been to some events where I actually had a guy here in Chicago who had these beautiful glasses. They make them here in Chicago, and they're absolutely gorgeous. He did a great pitch to me one-on-one, got in front of the group, and it was like sweaty bullets. I felt so sorry for the guy.
Yeah.
But having been in sales for 16 years and doing pitches constantly, that makes it easier. But seeing those and knowing where to find money is key.
Yeah.
Chicago's a very interesting market for raising money. It's a different perspective than if you go to the East Coast or the West Coast. I was adamant about staying in Chicago. I wanted to raise money in Chicago. I probably could have been done a lot sooner had I left Chicago, but hindsight's 20/20. I think some of the other markets have different perspectives. But they also have different outcomes. I mean, I grew up in the Midwest. When you build a business, I think your business should make money. I mean, I don't care if I have 2 million users or 200,000 users, it should make money.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not always the perception, say, on the West Coast. So it's just kind of the way you go about it.
Yeah.
But money is definitely one of those, and that's good advice. If I had to do it all over again, I would have probably put together a board of directors earlier and a board of advisors. Once I put those two boards together, it really helped me fine-tune the business and fine-tune how to go out and raise money and how to really structure the business itself.
Mm-hmm.
And those guys are great sounding boards.
Yeah.
So I really am appreciative of our boards. We compensate our boards. So they have stock in our company, so they're invested.
Mm-hmm.
But we succeed.
And what do you feel is your biggest accomplishment?
Figuring out how to load product.
Okay.
When I think back about it, in early or sort of mid to late 2011, when we started this process, we started coding in May of that year. We loaded a company called Cena Pearson Textiles. And Cena's an old friend of mine, so I suckered her into helping us. And it took us 5 days to load 288 products. Today, I loaded 5,000 products this morning before I left to go to my meetings. So we've worked with some tools that are out there already, and then tools we've created in-house to make that process easier. But every product that we load, when it comes to, we've created a completely unique set of filters because there's no filters out there for what we're doing. So we had to make them.
Yeah.
When you go in and you're searching for a product, if it's a textile type product, we have to put in the primary, secondary color, and the pattern and scale. So whether it's carpet or wall cover or upholstery, we have to do that. So if I'm loading 30,000 fabrics, I have to actually have somebody go in and do that for all 30,000 products. Now, how do you do that quickly?
Yeah.
And how do you make sure that person's not colorblind? Which is it sounds crazy, but it's a challenge.
Wow.
So, yeah. So that's been really great.
Uh-huh.
I had a meeting before I came here with one of our early investors who thought last year we were basically dead because we were trying to battle that challenge, and we finally solved it. And I was telling him we were launching our first revenue stream next month, and we're profitable within the next 2 months. And he was like, it just blew him away. But that has been the biggest hurdle.
Mm-hmm.
Besides, money has been helpful. But if we didn't solve that, people could throw as much money as they wanted this, and we couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Solving has been a big deal.
And what is that one piece of advice that you would give to our community of entrepreneurs?
Practice your pitch. The rule of thumb in sales is you have to practice 21 times. It sounds stupid. Get in front of a mirror. Our interns and our co-founders, I do all the pitches. Any of them could do it because they've heard me do it so many times, and I make them sit there, and I'll do it 21 times, and then I'll make them sit there, and I'll go through it another 5 or 10 times before I get up and pitch in front of a group, whether it's one-on-one or whether it's 300 people in a room. Because if I can get that flow going, I know it's going to be a better pitch.
Yeah.
I've seen enough pitches of products that I thought were phenomenal that just didn't get there because the people just couldn't deliver the message.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a shame because these companies could be really great.
Yeah.
So that's practice your pitch.
Practice your pitch.
Yeah. Learn to get over being nervous in front of a group.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're going to do this, you're going to be in front of a group and you're going to have to pitch.
Yeah.
There's no way around it unless you got a rich dad somewhere who's willing to give you money, which most of us don't have.
Yeah. So where can people find you? What's your website?
It's PaletteApp.com. So
Okay.
it's PaletteApp.com versus the wooden crate, which is spelled differently. And then go to the website if they want to contact me. There's a contact place on the website. My information is jfreeman@PaletteApp.com, the letter J. We get feedback daily. Suggested manufacturers, people contact us by the site, manufacturers contact us about loading.
Mm-hmm.
So I get all those. There will be a point where I'll have to turn that off because I get too many.
Yeah.
But I like to see the activity.
Mm-hmm.
So if anybody sends something in, I usually see it.
Guys, check out PaletteApp.com. Check out MeetAdvisors.com for more videos and blogs. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.